Hi, this is Dan Chop, Vice President of the H Foundation. Is cancer personal to you? Please join us and enjoy Comedy for Cancer. We're trying to raise funds to cure cancer. Enjoy the show.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Paul Is that how you
Farvahar.
It's Farvar. It's easier to sing it, just Farvar.
It's Farvar.
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 Yeah.
It's easier
Paul
to sing
Farvar.
Okay. All right.
I'm not singing it.
Comedy for Cancer. hfoundation.org. Paul Farvar.
Shouldn't it be comedy against cancer?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Right.
We're not for cancer.
Or ends cancer. Comedy ends cancer.
Well, we're raising money for cancer research.
And
Comedy
the good thing
for
is,
cancer.
My understanding is that we're curing it, like after tonight with the show. That's it. Cancer's done.
No,
you know,
no,
because
no.
comedy
On.
is actually laughter is the best medicine.
Well,
Oh, yes,
And it actually
comedy
does.
cures cancer, I think that works.
we're not actually curing cancer tonight. We're raising money to fight cancer for research.
I'm pretty sure that my jokes are going to kill and I'm going to end cancer. That's how it works.
No, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I've
guys.
heard his act, and I definitely. That's
No.
what I think because I came in, I had a nagging pain.
No.
And then I saw his act, and I felt a lot better.
It does not work that way. Comedy for Cancer, hfoundation.org.
My dad's a doctor. I know how these things
It doesn't work that way. Can we bring it in, please? Can we bring it in?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Are we ready to go on stage? Okay.
I'm set.
Paul
I'm
Farvar, Patty Vasquez.
Yes, Vasquez.
Tim. What?
Vasquez.
Tim Kavanaugh.
Kavanaugh.
Correct. That's
Kavanaugh.
good. You're good.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Is that it?
That's it.
Do we have anybody else?
That's all that we have on the show so far.
Are you sure? Okay.
yeah, well, wait a minute.
Hello.
What's going on?
What about the friendly stranger?
Oh my God.
And Jim Peterick.
There you go.
I
You're
love
kidding
it.
me.
All right, on three. Comedy for Cancer.
2, 3.
Comedy for Cancer. That kind of, okay. All right, that'll work. Let's go.
Farvar.
Ladies and gentlemen, Master of Ceremonies, Pete McMurray.
Let's go. Get up. Wow, this is great. Comedy for Cancer. It's great to be in Downers Grove. Look at you people. We're raising money tonight. Research for Comedy for Cancer. Give yourselves a round of applause. This is awesome. Downers Grove, the big DG. Where's Denise Richards? Denise, stand up. She's not here. She's not here. You guys are known for two things, right? In Downers Grove? You're known for Denise Richards and that kick-ass water tower. How do you miss that thing? Saw it on the way in. It's just beautiful. Thank you again for coming. hfoundation.org is the website. I want to thank John Rott, who brought me into this. Give John a round of applause. I love him. So sorry to hear about your father, but we're going to make everybody laugh tonight. Will you please welcome our first comedian? His podcast is Singles Only Podcast. He tours all over the United States. Laugh Factory, Zanies. The very funny Paul Farvar.
Keep it up for Pete, everyone. Clap for Pete. Downers Grove, yeah. Everyone here from Downers Grove or Lombard? Anyone here from Chicago? Clap if you're from Chicago. 5 people. Are there Southsiders here? Oh, yeah, okay. You haven't been there in a while because you said it so politely. You just clapped. Usually they yell, so soy, like that. When I hear that, yeah. When I hear that, I duck and cover. Like, I think something bad's going to happen. I'm Middle Eastern. That's like if I came up here and went, Allah Akbar, like you would freak out. I grew up in a tough neighborhood, too. It was called Oakbrook, Illinois. A lot of doctors here. Are there a lot of doctors? Clap if you're a doctor. Where are the doctors at? All right, cool. Got Okay, I don't like doctors. I don't like my doctor. He's always yelling at me, telling me, he's like, Paul, you need to take better care of yourself. Don't eat after 8 p.m., you're getting fat. Or, Paul, you're a constant disappointment to me and your mom. I actually injured my knee, so I had to go to my doctor's office, which is my parents' house in Oak Brook. And he took me to the examination room, which is my old bedroom, and he looks at my knee. He's like, oh, Paul, you sprained your MCL. It's the same injury that LeBron James had, but he was MVP of the NBA. I bet his parents are very proud of him. I'm like, I thought we were here for my knee, Dad. He's like, no, you call me doctor here. I earned it. Look what it says on the door. I'm like, it says Paul's room. Keep out. Like, where do you think you are? So I went and hung out with the receptionist, which is my mom. She's cool. Yeah, I have a podcast called Singles Only because I'm single. Clap if you're single. Where the single people at? Cool. 4 people. That's cool. You guys are young and single. That's cool. But this is your future if you don't try harder. Yeah. All my friends are married now. They don't set me up with girls anymore. They set me up with other guys in their lives who've recently gotten divorced to like hang out with me like on a play date. Like I had tickets to the show. I called my friend Dave. He's like, oh, I can't go, but you should call my accountant, Bill. He just got divorced. I'm like, I'm not hanging out with your stranger accountant. He's like, no, Bill's a good guy. Give him a shot. I'm like, all right, let me see his picture. I actually went out with Bill. He's a good guy. He had season tickets to the Bears. He took me to the home opener. He bought me all my drinks. We split a hot dog. We got ice cream on the way home. He came upstairs. We watched This Is Us. My parents don't like that I have a podcast called Singles Only. My mom listens to it. She goes, Paul, I don't understand why you're celebrating being single. You're going to be lonely when you get older. And my dad was standing right there. He goes, yeah, Paul, it's not that bad. And then they started fighting for 45 minutes. It was awesome. I think it's cool being Middle Eastern. Recently, we had a celebrity become famous, more famous, Rami Malek. Clap if you guys remember him. He won, He won the award for Best Actor for Bohemian Rhapsody. Crappy movie, but still, whatever. I think it's cool that he won. I'm more impressed that like he went up to his dad one day and he was like, I'm going to be an actor. And his dad's like, no, you're not. Like, I know how that feels because I remember I told my dad I was going to join a band. He's like, get out of my house. I'm like, Dad, you're being extreme. He's like, go move with Kurt Nirvana. Like, I'm like, it's Kurt Cobain and he's dead. But I looked him up. He has an older sister who's an ER doctor. So in his family, he's second fiddle. Because Middle Eastern families, all they care about if you're a doctor or a lawyer and stuff like that. Like, they talk about their kids and they say, oh, you know, Yasmin is, got a private practice in Willow Springs. She has 55 patients this month. We're very proud of her. And Remy, you know, he may go to law school. We don't know yet. Like, he just won an Academy Award. I know what that feels like because my brother's a doctor. Yeah, he didn't beat me up as a kid. He just psychologically messed with me when I was little. My parents were immigrants, so they gave him the duties of writing letters to me from Santa when I was a kid. What could go wrong? When I was 7 years old, he wrote a letter from Santa that on the front said, if you're nice to your brother, you do everything he says, I will bring you all the presents you want for Christmas. But on the back, it said, but if you don't, I'm going to kill you in your sleep. Love, Santa. But here's how conniving he was. When I was like, you wrote that letter. He's like, let's show it to one of the adults. And he showed just the front of the letter to my mom. And he goes, who wrote this letter? And she wanted me to believe in Santa, right? So she goes, Santa, of course. So I became a bedwetter. And he became a neurosurgeon. So yeah, he has 2 degrees, an MD and a PhD in medicine. I have 2 tattoos of tiger paws on my lower back, so. He did one cool thing for me, though. When I was 16, he went to the DMV and took a picture to look like me, which was hard to do because I had those clear braces, which are just yellow. And he had to close his mouth, and instantly, when I was 16, I became 25 and the coolest kid in high school because I could buy everyone alcohol underage. And we'd go to the same liquor store every day called Prestige Liquors on Ogden. Oh, they're not here, right? Yeah, I'd go to the same store every day, and the owner was Raj, who was an 80-year-old Indian guy who thought I was my brother, because I'd go in there every day acting like my brother. I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm in medical school at Rochester, New York. I'm getting my PhD, and he thought I was my brother, so he'd be like, oh, ask me medical questions. I'd be like, oh yeah, just take Robitussin. I don't. He showed me something on his face once. He's like, is this cancer? Am I going to die? Is everything okay? I'm like, yeah, it's just a mole. Put Vaseline on it. I'm like, I don't know. I feel bad, but then I thought about it. He was the villain, right? Because he was selling alcohol to an underage kid. And it's not like he didn't know, because how could I be in medical school in Rochester, New York, when I was at his store every day buying 4 cases of Keystone Light? He knew. Speaking of jobs, my friend Brad just became a life coach. Is anyone here a life coach? All right, let's talk about that for a second. My friend Brad has never had a full-time job in his life or relationship for more than 3 months, and now people are paying him $200 to fix their stuff. I'm like, Brad, you sold pot out of our apartment for 3 years and didn't break even. But you guys should use him. He's a good guy. I told him I'd give him a plug. I don't think I did that right. It's bradbaker.com. He owes me $1,300. So no, I actually had a lot of jobs before I did this. I was a musician. I was in 14 bands in Chicago. What's up, single ladies? I do comedy because I was asked to leave 14 bands in Chicago. Do you know how bad you have to be at rhythm guitar to be asked to leave 14 bands that you started? But that didn't work, so I became a lawyer. Yep, that's the right response. No, I really was. I was a full-time lawyer for 13 and a half years, but on July 3rd, 2016, I stopped to pursue a career as a full-time comedian, which is a nice way of saying that my law firm told me to stop coming to work. It's called fired for cause. But I did what was called insurance coverage litigation defense. That's what you do when you graduate in the top 99% of your law school class in one of the top 13 law schools in all of Chicago. But people always ask my legal thoughts when they find out I'm a lawyer, especially when things are in the news. They think I have some legal insight. They're like, what do you think of this Russia Mueller report? What are your thoughts as a lawyer? I'm like, unless the report is for a property damage claim, for the bumper on a Ford Focus, I'm not really qualified to talk about it. But I live in Lincoln Park now. I live on a college campus. My parents dropped me off there 23 years ago. And recently we've been having problems with kids spray painting on the walls, and I always want to come down and bust them, but I don't know what I could do, figure skate around them or something, I don't know. I came down over spring break and I saw these 2 kids smoking pot and drinking right where all the spray paint was. I'm like, hey guys, you can't be here. We got a problem with you guys spray painting on the walls. I got to ask you guys to leave. And the kid's like, we didn't do that. I'm like, maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I can't prove it, but I got to ask you guys to leave. This is private property. And the kid just looks at me and goes, sir, which is my name. You don't understand. I go to Stanford, he goes to Yale, okay? I got a 36 on my ACT, got a 32. We're not going to risk our scholarships for some spray paint, old man. I'm like, all right, jackass. Way to rub it in that you got 14 points higher than me on your ACT. Now is not the time. But then I started talking to them. They're actually good kids, right? One of them's going to be an engineer, the other guy's going to be a journalist. I felt bad because here I am stereotyping them as thugs, which you should never do, right? And I'm like, you know what, you guys? Clean up after yourselves. Good luck in school. Good luck with your little party. And have fun in life and good luck in life. And I went upstairs and I called the cops on those little rascals, right? Learn about private property, nerds. Who parties without girls? And then about 5 minutes later, I came downstairs and I saw the cops actually responded. And I was like, hey, what happened here? And I'm a good actor. And the kid's like, this cop thinks we did all this spray paint. I'm like, he can't prove if you did that or not. He's like, that's what I said. I'm like, you guys You guys need a lawyer, huh? So sign them up, right? Get that Stanford money. 3 weeks later, we're sitting in court waiting for the complainant to show up. The man who made the call, or woman, we don't know because no one showed up and I won that case. So better call Paul. You guys have been great. My name is Paul Farver. Enjoy the rest of your show. Thank you. Bye-bye.
What makes the AIDS Foundation different is that they support basic science research. If you don't have high quality basic science research, you cannot get to the next breakthrough.
You know, cancer is something that's personal to everybody, and I think that's part of what's allowed us to grow the way that we've grown.
The only thing they care is to help fight cancer.
I was diagnosed with advanced prostate cancer, but I'm living well. So if I can help somebody else do what I did, it's clearly the right thing to do.
I want to kill cancer. I want to discover new approaches in the lab.
The H Foundation provides us with mechanisms for getting together and doing pilot projects and collaborative projects to really accelerate these discoveries.
Any charity with any disease is good. And then I learned kind of, when I had my own illness, that the research has meaning.
All this time, cancer cells have become smarter and smarter, trying to survive.
We just want to understand how it works. But that is important because that helps us understand disease processes, including cancer.
We look at new mechanisms of disease, new mechanisms by which we can kill cancer cells, which is what we're really focused on.
A lot of times the ideas that are the most effective come from unexpected places. They're new ideas.
The beginning stages, the earliest stages that allow us to really generate data that will convince the rest of the scientific community and the funding community that this is worthwhile to pursue.
And really that is how we get it done, is through the support of H Foundation, which is absolutely critical for the Cancer Center to do these things.
My dream is that someday we find a cure for all the types of cancer, and then the H Foundation will turn to another disease.
We are all here on behalf of our dad, who we lovingly called Pop Chop.
My grandma was diagnosed with breast cancer, and thankfully she survived. But with your help and a donation to the H Foundation, hopefully we can find a cure for all cancers, regardless of types.